Hi folks, Dave Schmidt here. It's Tuesday, March 21st as I'm coming to you today. I just want to say thank you once again for everybody that tunes in, and thank you for your patience with me where I haven't been doing uh, the the recordings, the broadcast recordings, whether it's on radio or even on the live streaming. I can't express how important it is to you that I need to respect my sources when they're saying that I need to keep a low profile. That is actually very, very, very good news. In fact, this week, once again, there will be no radio or broadcast program, but I can bring you a brief message that is here. What I can say, whether it's my sources in Reno or other places here in the United States, in Hong Kong or in other places in Asia, all of them are bringing some very, very, very positive news. I've already received 3 emails just within the last week of things that are already progressing. I've had a report that one of the paymasters has received an advance and he already went out and bought a brand new pickup. And things seem to be looking very, very good. And I am being asked, because things are progressing very well and they can be very, very close, I'm asked again once to keep a low profile. And that's good news, folks. That's actually very good news. Now, there is one thing, though, I do want to clarify, because some of you have been sending me some emails and asking questions about the whole situation about the difference between the dinar and the dong. This information is not just mine. It comes from all of my major sources, from these buyers and from these brokers that I have in these various locations around the world. And it's being confirmed by other sources on the websites as well. The dinar was just plain flat out so overprinted and so oversold that there is absolutely no way they are going to be able to pay on all the dinar that is out there. Now, let me reiterate that. It doesn't mean that the money isn't there. They just flat out are not going to put out $200 to $300 trillion into the United States to pay for all the dinar that is out there. And so that means there's only a limited amount of the dinar that is probably going to be paid. Now, who? I can't tell you that. I don't have those exact answers. What I can tell you, if you are not in a private contract that has already been authorized, which means they have already collected your dinar, it has been run through a Delaware machine, it's fairly certain then yes, you're going to be paid. And if it hasn't been, there's a very high probability you're not going to get anything for it, because there's no buyers that are going to buy it. Now, another thing is, why is it that I keep expressing dong over dinar? It's real simple. It cost you about somewhere between $870 and $960 to buy 1 million dinar. It only cost you about $55 to $60 to buy 1 million dong. A million dinar cost you almost 15 times more than a million dong. And folks, everything that I'm hearing from all of the brokers, all of the sources, is the dinar is not paying 15 times the amount of the dong. It's only paying somewhere between 2 and 3 times as much, which means you have the opportunity to have a 5 to 10 times more return on your dollar that you spend if you go with dong versus going with dinar. That's why I say that. Everybody needs to make their own choices. What you're going to buy, what you're going to sell, that's totally up to you. You need to make your own decision for yourself. I just want to give you some of the facts out there as I'm beginning to hear it. Is because, see, myself personally, if I had a whole lot of dinar, I would sell it and go buy some dong. That's what I would do, just because I know that I'm going to get such a much, much better return on the dollar, and there's a much higher probability that the dong is going to be exchanged than what your dinar is going to be exchanged. Now, that's where it is right now. That can change. Things are always subject to change. This is never an etched in stone proposition. Nothing on this is very exact. And even the great reports that I'm receiving from all of my sources of the brokers all around the world, they could say something could come up that we don't foresee. But as of right now, unless something else comes up to stop it, things are looking very, very good, and we may be able to have some very positive news somewhere in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Things are looking promising. And remember what I have said earlier, the very fact that I am being asked to keep a low profile, that's a very positive sign. So with that, I want to thank everybody, especially I want to thank all those that attended, the workshop in Charlotte over the weekend. That was my first time there in Charlotte. It was a wonderful time to be there. In another 2.5 weeks, I'm going to have a workshop here in Sedona. That's probably going to sell out as well fairly soon. So if you want to come to Sedona, I would encourage you to get your registration in the next 3 to 5 days. And then after Sedona, I'll be going to Chicago on April 29th. And then 3 weeks after that, I'm going to be in New Orleans. I've pretty much made a decision. I will be doing a workshop almost one every 3 weeks all around the country, because I'll continue to do the workshops whether we get paid or whenever that happens, because it's always the interaction with you, with the people, that I really thoroughly enjoy. It's always great times. I can always share more at the workshops verbally in contrast to what I can say that is put out here on the internet. Again, because I have to respect, my confidential sources. So with that, I want to say thank you to everybody, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week. Okay, bye-bye.